On 5, a strong storm system passed over our viewing area earlier this evening, and our viewers captured incredible moments of that storm and sent them to us. Here's this panoramic view from Whitney Dayton of Spanish Fort shows the menace of the storm as it moved north to south through the News 5 area. The images are often surreal, like this one from Blake Collins that looks over the RSA Tower in downtown. Or this otherworldly view of Midtown from Jean Beaudet. At times, the clouds appear like a massive canopy. Alyssa Edwards gives this view from the Cochrane Bridge. And this look at the skies over Grand Bay from Ashley Carmack. The clouds were often heavy enough to make it seem that dusk had come early, as in this view of the Gulf from David Griffin. And this look at the skies over Silver Hill from Carl Bradley. And here's this look at Theodore from Jamie Hovell. And in Citronelle, they threatened to block out the daylight completely. This image captured by Matthew Connell. But despite the menace, Mother Nature left some beautiful vistas like this one from Cassie Bennett of the sunset over Gulf Shores. And take a look at this. Check out this video I got of a lightning strike sprawling across the sky near Government across the street from the Mobile Police headquarters. It's not very often you see lightning quite like that. And with more on the storms that passed through this evening, we go now to meteorologist Jonathan Owens.
All right, thanks so much, Ashley. And as we come over to the maps, we have severe thunderstorm warnings completely over for our region. In fact, the last of those expired a few hours ago. We still have some severe thunderstorm warnings for New Orleans, so if your travel plans take you over that way, they're getting rocked by some storms tonight. We had a little trail of some wind damage that came down here through Washington into Mobile County. Had a wind gust reported to 58 miles per hour down at Brookley Field as the thunderstorms came on through. Of course, we could have seen some locally stronger gusts over 60 miles per hour. Numerous reports of trees and power lines down with those strong storms, which have since faded away. Radar is completely quiet at this time, at least over our region. We have a little bit of leftover sprinkle activity here over portions of George into Jackson County and southern Mobile County. That won't be on the map too much longer. We are in good shape for the rest of tonight. We still have about a 10% chance for a shower or thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about that in a minute. Meantime, some of those storm clouds actually had some very, very impressive structures to look at. This is what we call a shelf cloud here. You can see it's like cases or like shelves on a bookshelf here. And the reason that we term it that is obviously it looks like a shelf cloud. Sometimes you'll see this called a mothership cloud because it almost looks like a UFO. This actually forms because the entire thunderstorm is rotating in a counterclockwise fashion. So that's why you see the shelves here on the shelf cloud, and then you have the inflow coming in feeding the thunderstorm with warm, moist, unstable air. That comes in behind the shelf cloud, and over here behind all of that, that's where the heavy rain and gusty winds come down out of that thunderstorm. I want to thank our viewer for that photo from Fairhope. That's what it looks like from a still photo. This is what it looked like as it passed over at Dauphin Island. You can see a very, very intense thunderstorm making its way across Dauphin Island. And if you look really, really closely as we replay this for you here, we're going to show you that very structure that you were just looking at there, moving right over the island with the heavy rain and gusty winds. That's a time lapse taken over the course of about an hour this evening. Of course, anytime that bad weather is in the area, you can get that with our free WKRG radar app. Just download that, keep it at hand. Tomorrow, there's only a 10% chance for a thunderstorm to visit you with high temperatures at 97. We'll talk more about the hot weather coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Jonathan. And as we showed you before, lightning was all over the sky tonight. We talked with one man who says the lightning got a little too close for comfort. Lightning struck Trevor Sousley's satellite dish, bringing more than one fire truck to check on any damage.
Well, it was the loudest thing I've ever heard. I'm from Michigan. We don't get storms like this up there. Lightning struck my satellite dish, and I hit the ground.
High-force winds also felled many trees like this one in the yard of Zach Phillips of Saraland, and this one that blocked Katie Peter and other motorists traveling down Highway 45. And it was those high winds and lightning that kept police and fire crews extremely busy this evening, tracking down blocked roads, downed power lines, and transformer fires. Trees blocked Highway 158 in Saraland near the University of Mobile. News 5's Emily DeVoe went to check that out.
On 145 near Industrial Parkway in Saraland, drivers were forced to turn around because about 4 large pine trees had fallen into the road. Police officers were diverting traffic down Calioka Road over to 45 while they wait for either the city or the state to send equipment to move the trees and reopen the road, something they hope will happen sometime tonight. Drivers should be careful when passing through the area. In Saraland, Emily DeVoe, News 5.
And heading north from Saraland to Citronelle, and you could find more trees and power lines down. This video is shot on Russell Road. That's on the south side of Citronelle, just off Highway 45. Lots of areas are still without power tonight, and it could be some time before crews can make it to all of the affected areas.